So you like playing Sonic games, right? Which means most likely you have a video game console. Good for you, because this video is sponsored by Play Vital, and they provide some of the greatest accessories for all the video games consoles out right now. You can find them on Amazon and on their Gaming Cobra website, and they've got everything, man. From shells for PS4 and PS5 controllers, button replacements. I mean, just look at this selection, man. They got it for Xbox Series X, they got it for Xbox One, they got Nintendo Switch, they've even got Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. Look at that! Look at that chameleon purple blue, man. That looks so sick, man. I'm already rocking a few of their things that they sent to me. I got the black skin on my PS5, I got the nice DualShock 4 grip, and I got the Switch grip as well. I mean, it comes with the Joy-Con part as well, but I'm rocking some different third-party Joy-Cons right now. That's why you can't see that part, but you know. The point is, their shit is solid. I've been using it for a while now, and they've got a wide selection of products available for any console that you're using right now. And if you use my code, TheSonic10, and go directly to their website, you can get 10% off any products you buy. Or if you don't want to use the discount code, you can go straight to Amazon. You trust Amazon, right? You can see the reviews. They got good shit there at very competitive prices. So yeah, make sure to check them out, man. Alright, so it's been a while, okay? It's been a hot minute. Colors Ultimate Discourse has kept the fan base pretty busy. But now that Colors Ultimate has come out, they gave one patch for the seizures and have pretty much left it the way it's been. Crashes and all. The teenagers have man, I sound like a fucking boomer. Like, the teenagers are at it again. I don't give a fuck. The teenagers are back to making leaks about Sonic Rangers to give us something to talk about. So yeah, this one was trending on Sonic Twitter. They said 4chan leak moment, so yeah, you can avoid this if you don't want some potential spoilers for Rangers. But this sounds kind of promising, which if it sounds promising, means it's someone's wish list, right? Let's be real. So we're gonna go to the original 4chan post to check this out. Can I just say, like, there was a time where people were too proud to cover 4chan leaks. I remember, like, they don't make no videos of 4chan leaks. It was beneath them, like, leave Prem and them lot to do it. And now they're covering 4chan leaks with the quickness. Faster than me up in this bitch. Now that the news is not flowing as fast as it used to. I just find it a little bit funny as all. Like, welcome to the dark side, I guess. We're here to cover another fake leak. So it says here, the game isn't actually called Sonic Rangers. That was just a code name during development, which, I mean, that's not really too far-fetched. But again, just because something sounds believable doesn't mean it's a real leak. I'm just saying, yeah, it could be a code name. Sonic Wars is a code name for forces. Like, it's definitely a possibility. But if you're gonna tell us that shit and not give us the name, then I don't give a fuck, right? Because even if Rangers gets revealed and it's some other name, that doesn't make this leak legitimate, right? It just means they made an educated guess. If you said it's going to be called Sonic Breath of the Rings, and then the game gets revealed and it's Sonic Breath of the Rings, but oh shit, guy on 4chan was right, shit. But again, this is nothing. I played some of it, though experience wasn't as extensive as the previous people. Oh, so he's including the previous people. That already makes me believe that it's fake again, because if you actually played it, you would know that all the previous people, or the majority of the previous people, were bullshit, just making up fake shit, but clearly not. Demo starts with a CG opening. It's an extended version of what you saw in the teaser trailer. Okay, so that's a decent educated guess. I mean, yeah, CG opening for a video game that costs $40+, sure, okay, but to insinuate that's an extended version of what we saw in the trailer, I don't buy that personally. I think it'd be a whole new CG trailer, but you never know. They could have just taken a little section of their CG trailer, used it for the teaser. I mean, it is Sega after all. Game is set on some newly discovered island. Very educated guess again. Lost Hex, all sorts of new islands and new Sonic, like, yeah, this is all standard shit so far. Spring Valley is the first stage, and it's this game's Green Hill equivalent. Okay, so now we've got some actual meat, okay? Now we've got an actual name to point to for us to be able to say this shit's fake when the actual real thing gets revealed, or magically this shit's real if it's actually real. There's actually a name. Everything else before was just educated guesses, but vague enough that you could still say I was right. But now we've got Spring Valley. So if we get our Green Hill clone and it's not called Spring Valley, then we know this is bullshit. He's also mentioned another one here. Metallic Metropolis looked like Speed Highway, but at sunset. The signs in the level imply it's Station Square. But I thought it was on a newly discovered island. Why would it be Station Square? Unless you just mean Station Square in the sense of like the main hub world, but I don't know, that seems a bit different. Game visually looks on par with Unleashed, though I played it on a PS5, so I'd expect it to look just as good, if not lot better. I mean, graphics wise, they should have passed Unleashed by now. We need an RTX Sonic game that's like designed for 4K. I mean, I guess the 4K HUDs and Colors Ultimate were nice, but obviously it's still an old game in terms of graphically. But yeah, action stages are more like Unleashed Generations than Colors Forces, but very little 2D in the stages I played. Alright, this is why I call bullshit, mainly because, you know, I'm not convinced that they would get back to that level again. I would love to see boost levels that are more to the Unleashed Generations level of quality than the Colors Forces level of mediocrity, but I'm just not convinced. Those level designers left, and the ones we got now, well, just finished working on Forces, so I would love to be wrong on this one. Love to be wrong, but I guess we'll see what happens. World map was huge. It wasn't even the full map, but it looked around Hyrule size in Breath of the Wild from the glimpse I saw. Now, you see, like 10 years ago, that would have gassed me up. Like, man, huge hub world, like this is it, like we are in. But as I got older and I played more open world games, I started to realize it was the dense shit that was really memorable. Like, as the Assassin's Creed games got bigger, it was the Ezio trilogy with its smaller but more condensed worlds that I remembered the most. As the GTA games have gotten bigger, I mean, GTA is still great, but like, I still remember Vice City and Liberty City so vividly, like with so much heart, because even though they weren't the biggest, you knew that area, like they got shit in every little corner. I mean, yeah, those games, you couldn't really go in buildings and shit like that, but my point is, they could make a big open field for Sonic to run and boost in, cool, but what can we do in it? You know, like I was saying this before, like if they were gonna remake Adventure, I don't think they need to even make the hub worlds bigger, but they need to make them more dense. Like I need to be able to go into Station Square, see way more people, have way more activity going on, like way more buildings I should be allowed to go in. If it's just a building that has a restaurant of people eating and I could just go there and order a chili dog just to eat it and it does nothing for the main game, but it's just there, I can go and eat a chili dog if I want. Like that's the shit I'm talking about. Like if they did that, like I would be excited. Ranking system works like previous games. It's very vague as fuck. Like you haven't really said anything. Like every single Sonic ranking system is like so different in terms of like the way it ranks and its difficulty. Like is it a tough one? Is it an easy one? It's probably an easy one, but either way, like don't even bring up the point if you're not going to be specific. Devs are huge fans of Demon Slayer, so Sonic will finish bosses in a similar fashion to, I can't even pronounce, I don't follow manga like that, man. Tanjiro. I looked at some footage of Demon Slayer just to kind of see what we're getting into, and it looks fine. I mean, I'm fine with combat in Sonic games as long as it's done well. So I'd have to see this kind of system to know if they've executed it well or if it's just a shoddy like imitation. Music is a mix of Jun and Otani style, which I mean, for comparing like them in their primes, then that would be amazing. But if it's Otani now with his turn everything into EDM self, I don't know about all that. You know, Jun has actually kind of remained pretty consistent, let's be real though. Game is set on Earth with human, wait, didn't you say it was from an island before? Well, I guess an island could be on Earth. Duh. Game is set on Earth with humans. You can see them in murals. The two worlds shit is a thing of the past apparently, like Ian said, referencing Ian to add credibility, of course. The human ghost girl is your companion throughout the game. Like Chip, though you radio in with Tails, Knuckles, Amy, etc. throughout, so saying other characters will be there, okay. Game is implied to reveal the origin of the Chaos Emeralds to some extent. My Adventure 1 story knowledge is a bit rusty because it's been a while, but wasn't the origin of the Chaos Emeralds something to do with chaos? And I don't know, man. I don't really care too much about the little things like that. Like I want the main story to be just interesting and have a good tone and the gameplay to be solid, but like when it comes to like deep lore, I'm not that guy, so this doesn't do anything for me really. Game has the same progression system as Adventure 1 to 06, aka like one of my favorite progression systems. Do things in the main world and you unlock an action stage. That's what they called them. Honestly, I'm fine with this, especially for a game that's supposedly open world. I mean, I'm definitely not against that. I mean, I also love the linear progression style of say SA2 and Heroes, although I think that more linear progression style suits games that are less story heavy like Heroes. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't have minded if SA2 had a more hub world approach to it, because that's what made it feel more like an adventure. Same with 06. SA2 was very linear in its progression. Even though it had this big story, I just felt like it would have been nice to just like run around some kind of city escape hub world or run around the green forest area, just explore shit. I don't know, I thought it would have been cool. I mean, you had the Chow Gardens, so there was something, but I don't know, like that's one thing that I put Adventure 1 over 2 for, like that feeling of adventure, you know what I mean? Colors Ultimate functions as a glimpse of its customization system, except here things like Sonic's shoes, homing attack, and boost can be customized. So like the animation or the aesthetic of the homing attack, and I mean you can customize the boost aura in Colors Ultimate as well, so this guy is really not like on his shit, you know what I mean? But So I'm fine with customization systems. I just think they need to be a bit more in depth than the one I was in Colors Ultimate. I want to use different Sonic models, even other characters as skins. Like I want that shit, like next level shit, not change Sonic's shoes to pink and gloves to like red or like, I don't care about that. Sonic shoes from SA2 and Riders can be equipped. Okay, I like that. I definitely like his Rider shoes, SA2 shoes. VO wasn't done, but it sounded like Roger had done new voice clips. I mean, again, another pointless point here on this fake leak because like, duh, Roger does new voice clips for a new game. Like, yeah, like who's gonna question that? Like, yeah, like Forces reused some clips from Lost World, like the death voice clips and stuff like that. But there were obviously new clips. Like, you know, this is a redundant point. Eggman plays a part in the game, but it's obvious he isn't the main villain. I kind of believe this point. I'm not saying the leak is real, but like at the end of the day, usually when they want to go for a more serious Sonic story, they bring in a new villain that isn't Eggman because I guess we don't really take Eggman seriously anymore. I mean, it's kind of the thing, like when you start bringing in these bigger villains like they did in the adventure era, it's like now whenever you have a game that just ends with only Eggman, it doesn't feel as big of a scope of a game. It's just, what can you do now but just keep doing it, keep adding new villains. So very believable point. The villain is some ancient primordial thing that wasn't given a name in the demo I played. Okay, so overall this leak, it's like a 6 out of 10. It's not too outrageous with its points, but also doesn't give enough info that we can point to say this came from this leak. There's a few little tidbits there. If you don't see a Spring Valley or metallic Metropolis, then we know it's fake. I already know it's fake now, to be honest, but the question is, do I like the leak? Do I think it's a good leak? Yeah, sure, it's a decent leak, okay? It's not my ideal Sonic game, it's not my wish list, but Unleashed Generations level design, combat elements mixed in from like Demon Slayer, actually Earth with humans and all that fucking furry Forces shit where it's just like no humans in the world and just random OCs all over the place. I fucking hate that shit. Origin of the Chaos Emeralds, which I don't really care about per se, but at least paying attention to the lore shows that they at least give a fuck, you know. SA106 style progression, customization, and the only real con here is, you know, Roger. But yeah, like, if this was real, I don't think it'll be the worst on the game in the world, because like that main point that it's Unleashed Generations quality of levels than Colors Forces, I think is the main selling point of this fake leak. Like, if it was Colors Forces style levels, doesn't matter what else is there, it's still gonna be mid in my eyes. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Do you like this fake leak? Do you believe this fake leak? I don't think you should, but it's a decent attempt. I mean, he could have come a bit harder though. I mean, we've had fake leakers with screenshots. Like, we were getting screenshot leaks. Like, you gotta try a bit harder now. You gotta get back into that Blender. What the fuck do they call that shit? Maya? I don't know. You gotta get into that shit. Start rendering some shit. Give us something, because right now we're getting a bit tired of these text leaks. It's been a while, so I'll talk about this one. But if they start spamming like 5 fake Rangers leaks a week again, like, you're not gonna be hearing all of them again. Like seriously. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Make sure to check out the non-Sonic channel. The link will be in the description. But that's all I have to say right now, so Premy out.